Hi my loves, hi my loves, hi my loves. I hope you all are good and I hope you all are having a good day, a good morning, and a good evening. And yeah, if you're new here, if you see my face for the first time, or you just keep seeing this woman that you keep trying to ignore on TikTok, her content keeps coming up to for you page and you're so irritated by her and you finally decided to stay and listen to why your ancestors keep sending you this way. Welcome. Because I know many people at first they're like, this arrogant woman. They pass some until their ancestors come into their dreams and say, yay, go and watch that person. We sent you to that person for a reason. We're bringing her up for a reason. If you're new here or you just generally just a new person, it's the first time you see me, welcome to my page, right? I am very honest, I'm very authentic. I don't lie, I don't try to pretend to be something that I'm not. I won't even pretend to be a nice person. I'm not a nice. I even made a whole video about how I'm not nice. I might talk about spiritual things. I might be spiritual. I might talk to angels and higher beings on a regular, not every day though, on a regular, but that does not make me a nice person. I don't even know why they are so intrigued by me. Only they know. Right? So, and I won't pretend and try to be something that I'm not just to please social media followers or to gain followers or not. No, I won't do that. Y'all can, many people follow. After they get acquainted with me, they unfollow, which is okay. That's okay, right? I also have been on other people's pages. At first I was intrigued by them. Later on I was like, no longer my vibe, and I've unfollowed. It's normal. If you do decide to stay and follow me, get acquainted with me so that you get to know who I am. And once you get acquainted with me and then you decide, this girl, I don't want to follow her, that's still fine. You cannot follow me. No one is forcing you to follow me. You can literally just watch my videos without following me. That's okay. It's allowed. No one is forcing you to like. You can watch my content without liking. A lot of people watch my content without liking. It's just TikTok will tell you how many people have been watching, but a lot of people watch. And the statistics say they spend, even though they complain about the long videos, but statistically say they watch till the end. Right? There'll be a title up here. Let me stop rambling. There'll be a title up here, and stay at your own risk. If you do decide to stay and you feel like, no, you want to stay longer, you want to consult with me, please, if you're on TikTok, go through the pinned videos at the top. If you are not on TikTok and you're watching this from YouTube, look for the videos on how to book a consultation. The second one, how to book a consultation. The second one is mentorship, what you need to know about my mentorship. And the third one is that I'm not nice. Get acquainted with me. How do you book a consultation after you've went through a little bit of my videos? How do you book a consultation? You can inbox me on TikTok directly. I will send you a message I sent everyone. You can email me. You can email me. My email, the link to my email is on TikTok. On YouTube, it's written on my bio. When you email me, you get the same message as everyone. Nothing special. No one gets a special message. Or on TikTok, there's a link to my website. Remember, I started all this thing for TikTok. YouTube came later. I started all these things for TikTok. On TikTok, there's a link to my website. On the website, you can go through the list of packages, and not only that, but you can also find the terms and conditions there. You can read them. I still need you to accept them. I'm still gonna send you before you make a payment, and I need your verbal written, your written agreement to the terms and conditions, right? Some people have read the terms and conditions and decided they don't want to proceed, which is okay. Fine. I have to do these little intros every time, because if I don't do them, someone today will be on the inbox or in the comment section asking, how do I book a consultation? Fine. And then, I think we've covered that. When you do address me, please address me as Maputi. I'm not your Gogo, I'm not your Mkulu. Don't address me like that. Just stick to Maputi. Maputi is fine. We are good here with just Maputi. Maputi is okay. For those who are international, there's been a hiccup with my payments for those on the international space. And with that said, yeah, it's a bit of an issue to make payments right now. There is another method that I have. I was using it for private matters, but if push comes to shove, we can use that one in the meantime while I'm still sorting out my stuff. With the travel being international, moving from one country to another, it's affecting my IP address, and the other people are thinking that there's something happening. Luckily, my bank is not in an issue. Hence, that's why I changed banks, because many years back, when I used to travel a lot, I had my bank frozen. My account was frozen because of me being to certain countries, and it was just a disaster, right? It was frozen twice. I even had to go back home. But now I changed banks, a bank that actually is dedicated to people that travel a lot. All right, but if you're interested and you're overseas and you want to book, you're out of South Africa and you want to book, still do message me, and then we'll find a suitable plan for you to make a payment. Okay, so the message that I'm going to touch on today, it is coming because of, let me say that, conversations that I've been having with my mentees. Yeah, conversations I've been having with my mentees, and certain things, but it's also in preparation. It's also in preparation for the lesson that I was told to write, which I haven't written. Now, I haven't written it because I'm not running away from it this time around. I just had other stuff that they asked me to focus on. And for the past day or two, I've been really focused on writing something else that's going to be used, coming up with a new cleansing, right? That they've been giving it to me. That's going to be used for certain higher initiates, right? So that's what I've been busy with. It took a lot out of me, that one. And then, so now, you know, let's talk about, I don't want to title witchcraft. I don't want to title it, but you know, witchcraft can be used for good or for bad. It's just a craft. It's just a magical craft, knowing how to use certain elements for good or for bad. That's just what witchcraft is, right? It is, you can use witchcraft to heal a person. There is no, everyone who practices dark or light magic or uses dark or light energies needs to first be a healer. You cannot dabble into those things if you don't have some form of a spiritual gift, right? And you elevate, you get to a point where you have mastered certain elements that you can either use for good or for bad. So there's a misconception, and you find this in many countries across the world, that majority of the people who practice dark witchcraft, right? Let's just stick to the word magic, dark magic. People who practice dark magic are mainly women, there's this misconception, right? In my language, basadi ba lawyer, right? Women are the witches. Hence, that's why they were burned at the stake. Hence, that's why the Inquisition, the salmon burning, it was mainly women who were being killed. That notion stayed on with people for generation to generation to generation. Now, many grandmothers were killed and stoned for believing that they were witches. If a man just says, this woman is bewitching me, the whole town will go out and kill a particular woman. Not to say they don't practice it, they do. Right? There are men who do practice it. But what many people don't understand is that the people who dabble a lot in dark magic are mainly men. I've even said it, I didn't know this. I didn't even believe it. I didn't even understand it until I started dealing with spirituality and people were coming to me. And I started seeing how many men are active in witchcraft. And the dark witchcraft. Not the light one, not the one that it is used to heal a baby or to do this. That's the thing, the misconception is that majority of the women, I would say 60% of the women who use witchcraft use it to protect themselves, to protect their kids, to protect their families. And then the 40 years can be the ones that are using it for bad. The 20 out of the 40 are using it to maintain their relationships. They're using it because of fear of these men who are cheating on them, because of fear of losing their husbands, or because of wanting to win a man's heart, because they are just so dependent on men and always having a man around them, and so they practice witchcraft for that. And then the 20%, it is those that actually use it for evil intentions of killing, right? I'm not saying this 20 is not evil. Either way, it's evil. But the last two are the ones that those ones, yeah, they are the ones that will make other people's life a living hell, destiny swapping and all those things, right? Whereas the number, when it gets to men, 80% of the men, not all men, I'm not saying all men, just like not all women, majority of human beings don't even know how to practice these things. But I'm talking about the people who actually practice these things. The men who actually practice it, 80% of them use it. Even 90% of them use it in dark rituals. Right? And a lot of people assume men don't use dark rituals. I don't know why. I have no idea why everyone assumes that men don't use dark ritual. There was a time when Freemasonry, the Golden Dawns, all these things, there was no woman who was allowed to come into. There was a time when the Freemasonry thing, it was all men. Throughout history, the people, the council in Nicaea that decided to change the Bible, it was all men. Throughout history, all these organizations that have been created to enslave people, slavery started with men. The many people who were enslaving, who were in slave trade, were men. And in the beginning of slave trade, there was the slave trade didn't have a color. It was black, white, Indians, color. Everyone was being slave traded. Until someone who's a slave owner's child was slave trade, who was white. That's when they were like, we can't do this to our own race, not my kids, right? It only affects them when it's their own children. So, even drug traffickers, people who use drugs, who sell drugs, their kids must never touch that thing. right? And even then, even the drug trafficking sectors are held by men. Pedophiles, many pedophiles are men, right? So there's this thing where a lot of people assume that men don't do dark rituals. And yet, even if you look into Hollywood, into it, the target has always been men. Why? Why do we assume that? Why do we assume that? We assume it to a point. Let's just put this here. We assume it to a point where, and I think it's the women mainly who assume this, and the men. There are some men who are just living their life, not practicing anything, and they just assume the only person that will ever bewitch them or use dark magic on them is a woman. And yet, there are certain clients that I have who are men, and the people who are fighting them, not one of them is a woman. Maybe one or two are women, but the majority are other men fighting them, using witchcraft for their positions. Even many women, the men will be the ones who will be fighting them. People will go through a cleansing, and after the cleansings and things start opening up, and now they start seeing, before the blessings can come, before you can materialize the blessings, the reality of the dark realms and what's happening needs to be open so that you can deal with it, so that when the blessings come, nothing comes and stops the blessings. And before that can even happen, many will start to see their own fathers, their own uncles, right? We've put a bad rap on aunties. Rakadi say, oh, Rakadi akawa lawyer. My aunt is a witch. She does not wish anything for me. And yet the uncles, yet the male cousins are all just put on a back burner. And when they are the ones that are doing the worst. One of my clients, like I would say 90% of the people that are after him are all male in the family, friends, and all those things. And I don't even need to say anything. He sees them clearly every single day. He sees what they're doing. And this is where a lot of women get trapped. This is where a lot of women get trapped. And this is the core of my message. Now we go back to the video I made. So this video, the cover is one of the first few videos at the bottom. The cover is a towered deck. It's a towered card, the Two of Cups. There's a man and a woman holding a cup. The woman is wearing a white dress with a blue speaker, with a blue cape. She's standing by the water, near from the water side. The man is wearing a leopard skin royal attire. He's standing by the earth side. And then I talked about that as a woman, there's certain gifts that as a woman you work with, right? That can purify bloodlines. And then I think I made another one. Oh, I should have went and looked at the cover of that other one. The second video. I don't remember the cover of the second video. Yeah, but I don't even remember what the title is. But it's something about your sexual energy, yeah, that can purify bloodlines. So there are many of you who are women who are spiritually gifted. It's innate in you, right? Many women are spiritually gifted. Spiritually gifted gifts come naturally to women or get easily activated in a woman. And we have many women who are not even aware that they are spiritual gifted, or they are aware that they're spiritual gifted. They're just ignoring the gifts. They just don't want to focus on the gift, right? And your gifts, the thing about spirituality, that's why I call ZCC. At ZCC, they say that when you're gifted, they say that Olebone, you are a light, right? That's the literal translation, Olebone. You are a light. You illuminate, you glow, you literally glow, right? In the spiritual realm, a spiritual gift glows, right? Even the animals, the reason why they get attracted to you, they constantly wanting to communicate with you or be around you or play around you, it is because of the light within you that's illuminating and glowing. Fine. Now, when you don't know yourself, other people who are spiritually gifted can see you glow. But not only that, those who use dark magic, they use certain rituals. And these rituals they can do in order to see the light in you. Right? I remember once talking to someone and saying to them and saying, you know, there was a time when the reason why I was explaining why clubs are dark, or maybe many alcohol establishments, why they're dark, why there's no light, why they don't illuminate light. It is because, especially in clubs, right? It is because when it's dark and the lights are busy going through, you don't see each other properly. But those who are looking for gifted people, they see them perfectly. It is in the darkness that you glow. Hence, that's why a lot of things happen to you at night. The attacks, the what, all of them happen at night more predominantly than during the day. Because it is in the darkness that you glow. When it becomes dark, you glow. Your glow is much more visible. During the day, the sun, like even if you put light, if you put a light bulb, during the day it's not as bright because the sun is already illuminating everything, right? So it is in that darkness that you glow the most, right? And many women and young girls are glowing. Their lights are glowing, their gifts. And it's not because you're doing anything, right? Just having a gift, just having a gift, there is a light in you. Now, the more you work on that gift, the more you take care of it, the more you do use purity and everything, the heightened it becomes. You become like a spotlight, like the biggest spotlight, right? But either way, the fact that even if you still look like a light bulb, or you just light it, even a candle can illuminate a room. That's how light is. So many of you are at that point where your gifts are lighting up, have lit up. They were lit up even at a young age, right? The more that you grow, you pray, you do what, they light up. But some of you are not yet ready to leave the world behind. Or some of you have left the world behind. But you've just not dealt with yourself, and now you find yourself in relationships that are not right. And now you become a target. You become a target when you have light. That's the thing that many people don't know. When you have light, when you're glowing, the darkness will be attracted to you. You will attract a lot of darkness. The more you work on your gifts, the more you purify yourself, the more you keep yourself holy, the more your temple becomes pure, the more darkness you attract, because you're a light. The purpose of light is to illuminate the darkness. That's what it is. The purpose of light is to illuminate the darkness. Kuthuma, wathuma. And every single thing will be drawn to you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But the reality is that many of you are not discerning spiritually. You haven't done shadow work. Many of you, yes, you are doing all these things, but you haven't done shadow work. And this is not just about the woman, the men, equally the men and the women. Many of you have not even done shadow work. You're not discerning of who you are. And many of you have done a little bit of the work, but you still don't know who you are. You still don't know the gift that you possess. When I go into consultation and I tell someone, this is who you are, this is your potential, and people are like, no, me? People never even saw themselves in that light. And that what then happens is that you attract a lot of darkness. You become a target. You become a target for people who do dark rituals, because they need that light to fuel their rituals, whether it be money rituals, whether it be power rituals, whether it be whatever rituals that they're doing. They need that light. They need to harvest your light. Some of you, they target you by using money. Right? You have this man just coming, wanting to spend on you, giving you money. But when we look at it, that money that is giving you is your own money. It's just that he knows how to harvest it out of you. You just don't know how to harvest your own money. He just knows how to harvest it out of you. You just don't know how to harvest your own energy and use it to benefit your own life. And they know it, and they will come. Right? And many of them use sexual rituals. Many of them use sexual rituals. In order to get you bind, they need to have sex with you. They use many sexual rituals. Some of them are even married. You ask yourself, a whole man who's married, running after a girl, knowing he has a family, he will never marry this girl, and yet using rituals on this girl. Why? Oh, why? And many of you are so desperate to be loved because you have father issues who abandoned you, that you just take anything that comes your way, so long as it has money, so long as it looks good. And yet you don't even know the true intentions of that person. And then you get a dream. You start seeing this person in your dream, not knowing that dreams can be manipulated. Dreams can be manipulated. Hence, that's why I always tell you, ancestors love intuition more than dreams, because the inner voice can never be manipulated. Right? They harvest your energy. This could be boyfriends. This could be friends. Acquaintances. They use multiple ways of harvesting energy, but the most powerful way that they use to harvest your energy is sexual rituals. And because many of you don't know yourself and you don't know the powers that you walk with, you allow them. Ignorance is not bliss. And this is why in going into divine union, the first thing that the ancestors would say in a consultation as the people are preparing for divine union is celibacy. Right? I've talked about this many times. Many of you know that I don't even need to tell you. Some of you, before you even watched my videos, your ancestors were already telling you about celibacy. They were already telling you need to go on a celibacy journey. They were telling you a lot of this. Many of you know this. Your ancestors told you this many times before, that you need to be celibate. The reason why they preach celibacy is because once they start, I said it in the two videos that I'm talking about, once they open certain gifts within you, they cannot afford for you to be going and allowing a man who doesn't even love you to harness your energy. Some of you as women, you hold gifts within you that can make you billions without even working much. And just the act of sleeping with a man once, they can harvest millions out of you. And that's why those people come, sleep with you once, and they disappear, they ghost you. because they got what they wanted. A person was love bombing you, love bombing you, love bombing you, and then boom, they're gone, they're out. Or the person treats you like trash but keeps on coming back. And it's because many of you just don't know how to harness your own energy. Let's do a little bit of a rundown on how they harness energy. Right? What is the first thing that they would do? They love bomb you. They tell you they love you. They tell you you're beautiful. They tell you all these things. Then they buy you gifts. Right? They buy you gifts. They give you money. They treat you well. They take you to nice places. And then you become vulnerable and relaxed. Then, once they sleep with you, they change. You're no longer that important. They move on to the next baby, the next beautiful girl. That's how they harvest your energy. It's a simple thing. Obviously, there's a ritual that does after when they have sex with you or whatever. But to get you to that point, they do certain things, and it's always the same. It's always the same. They all say the same things. And the people are so quick to want to have sexual intercourse with you. Today, it's very rare to meet a man who can go a year or two with a woman without having sexual intercourse with them. Because in today's society, intimacy is not known. The only thing that's valued is sex. And many people don't even know what intimacy is. And they've never even experienced intimacy. So people don't work hard on intimacy. Hence, that's why when the sex is removed, or when they go and sleep with someone new, the relationship ends. That's why there's multiple jumping from one relationship to another. Because sex is just a casual thing. People can just have sex on the first date. They can just, first week, doesn't matter. Anyone can have sex. And now you are having sex with multiple men on the first week, second week, whatever. And every one of them, they're harnessing. Some of them, they don't even do it deliberately. Some men harness without it being deliberate. But yet they'll be harnessing energy. Now if you did the very same things to yourself, if you love bombed yourself, told yourself you love yourself, love bomb, treated yourself, you love bombed yourself every single day. If you did that to yourself, bought yourself a nice gift, bought yourself nice things, took yourself shopping, made sure that you have food, you don't go hungry when you are feeling hungry. Put yourself first, because when it's the week where they love bombing you, they put you first on a pedestal. Whatever you want, I'll get you. If you were to do that for yourself, you will attract so much money. You will attract so much money, you don't even know where it will come from. And you'll be able to buy all those things that you're hoping a man will buy for you. That you're hoping a man will buy for you. If you just did it for yourself. If you were to love bomb yourself, if you were to buy yourself gifts, if you were to take yourself shopping, if you were to treat yourself good, if you were to just do that for 1 month, just like how they do it. If you were to do that for 1 month, and you are sexually pure and you're celibate, and you were to just do that for 1 month, you will see how much things will turn in your life. And you were to be selfish with yourself, and you were to put yourself before you. Even if you're a parent, you were to do that for yourself and make sure that, yes, your kids will be eating and whatever, but number one is you. You make sure that you're in a good state. You will see how your life will transform. Right? That's how they prepare the stage. That's how they prepare the stage. Even a pedophile, before they molest a child, they love bomb them. They shower them with gifts and create this person. And then only then, that's when they prepare the child. There's a whole documentaries that are put out there for parents to know certain things that pedophiles do to prepare children. the words that they use, the things that they say, they prepare. Even narcissists, they prepare you. Everyone prepares you. It's a mental game. Everyone prepares you. Whether they're going to be doing dark rituals on you, whether it's a pedophile, whether it's an abuser, whether it's a narcissist, whether it's what, every single person plays a mental game of preparing you. So if you were to prepare yourself, if you were to do the preparations for you, on you, it will change the game for you. Were to use the same strategies on yourself, it will change the game. And this is why your ancestors want you to go on a celibacy journey.
Yeah.
And once you're there, to love yourself, to love bomb yourself, to do things for yourself, to put yourself on a pedestal. Before you want a man to put you on a pedestal, put yourself on a pedestal. Before you want a man to spoil you, spoil yourself. Treat yourself well. Do things for yourself that even if you were to go and expect them from someone else, you're already doing them for yourself. But those who are on a journey of celibacy, those who are on a journey of divine union, when you are going through those preparations, a lot is being unlocked from you. Do not make the mistake of just falling into the trap of just sleeping with anyone. The antichrists are going to come. I've told you about this before. The antichrists are going to come, pretending to be that which your ancestors has promised you. And you will regret. Wait upon your ancestors. Wait upon your ancestors to show you, until you get the clear instructions from your ancestors to say that the mosquitoes bite me on the worst places. Until you get a clear instructions from your ancestors to say, this is the man we've prepared for you. We are ready for your divine union. Do not go look for a man on your own or a woman on your own. Even the men who are preparing themselves for divine union, don't go looking for someone on your own. Wait on your ancestors. Wait on your people. Wait for your people to give you the right person. Because you become a target. You will become a target for witchcraft, dark magic, dark rituals. You will be targeted by even people who you watch on social media who are healers, whether it be a man or a woman. You will be targeted by them. You will literally be targeted. Some will even present themselves as your husband, using dark rituals to present themselves as your husband. Now all of a sudden you're dreaming of this healer, and all of a sudden it seems like you and this healer in a relationship in a dream, and he could be your husband. But yet your ancestors didn't say anything. You just saw him playing around in your dreams as if like he's the one. But you were never given a clear instructions. You will have people, even some celebrities will be coming and be like, wait, I was in a relationship with so-and-so in a dream. You will literally become a target. And same as the men. You'll start seeing these healers who are women or whatever, the spiritualist people, and all of a sudden, because the preparation that you are going through, the preparations of Esther's and the Boaz, the preparations that you are going through are important, and they are unlocking things inside of you, things of power, things of wealth. They are unlocking certain things that are only known by high initiates. And you don't even know what's been unlocked. Many of you don't even have a clue what's happening to you. I didn't also have a clue what was happening. for the longest time. But I just trusted my ancestors to say, well, if they tell me to do this, I'll do this. It's only later on this journey of celibacy and this journey of just purification and working in my temple and elevating myself that I started realizing what they were doing. That I started realizing I would even have families who are deep into witchcraft sending their sons to me to come and ask me out. I had an encounter just recently about someone who was asking me out for a long time, and finally I saw something about them that, because I never understood why I was resistant. I just never understood. I knew something was I knew there was a lot of witchcraft in that family, but I was like, something was just not sitting well with me about it. Until recently I was shown in a dream exactly the initiation that the girls need to do in order to join that family before marriage. When a girl is interested in a marriage or is ready to be married in that family, there are certain initiations that they had to go through. And I was like, never, me. Even in the dream I told them, I was like, y'all are crazy, me, I'm not a part of that. I walked away. Right? And this happens, I've seen it. The reason why I'm even recording this is because I've seen it with a lot of my mentees. I'm seeing it with a lot of my clients, men and women equally, where they are being enticed by witchcraft, enticed by people who are deep into witchcraft. If you resist in the physical world, they start to now hunt you in the spiritual world, and these people are either trying to sleep with you, it's either they're trying to harvest your energy through sex, it's either everything. They're doing the most. And one thing that I was having a conversation with someone, and it comes up a lot in the consultations as well, for those of you who work a lot and you're always tired, when you're too tired to disconnect from your source energy, the one thing that will make you disconnect from the source, disconnect from your spiritual team and your tree of life, it is being too tired and too exhausted. Once you get to that stage, the attacks become even worse. The sexual dreams become even worse because there's a disconnection, because you're constantly too tired. And when you're too tired, you're not replenishing your life force. And that's when they will come now in the dream state, and they will now attack you in the dream state. They will try to harvest your energy, but they will try to harvest your energy by making you fearful, by lowering your vibration, because when you're too tired, your vibration is already lowered. Hence, that's why in the life force video, I said that when you're doing exercises, you do low impact exercises, not exercises that leave you exhausted. Because when you're exhausted, you deplete your life force. And now you have to do certain things to replenish the life force. So the journey that you are on, especially those who are on a celibacy journey or those who are deciding to start, the journey that you are on, even the ones who are not on a celibacy journey, you are still a target. The fact that you have a gift, you're still a target. They can still harness something, you know. Better harness energy rather than not harness anything. Even if it's you're promiscuous, moving from one man to another or one woman to another, they can still harvest your energy. But for those of you who are on a celibacy journey, this is a different ball game. You are in a different ball game. Yours is a different ball game. You are literally in a different ball game. Because that which you are unlocking and that which you have is more powerful and more intense than any normal person. And I said that if you've hit the 2-year mark of celibacy, you're onto something great. If you've hit the 2-year mark of celibacy, You've unlocked something within you that you must not go and disturb. One of my clients, she was told, they said to her, if you go, you will lose millions. You will lose $1 billion, 1 billion to one sexual intercourse if you are not careful. And she thought I was joking and laughed. And that time, I think that week also, she then had a dream where she was seeing herself collecting her money, collecting her wealth and whatever from all these people she's been sleeping with, collecting her things, collecting. She was just going through a whole week of just collecting. And that's when she realized how much she had given away. I think that started out after the cleansings. When she was going through the cleansings, that's when she realized how much she had given away, and she was going through a process of reclaiming that which is hers. And energetically and spiritually, that's when she realized how much money she had been given away. So it is important that on this journey you take care of your temple. You understand that a temple is a holy place, and you are the temple that houses a divine being, a holy being. Not only that, but this temple doesn't only house a divine being, a goddess or a god, but this temple also houses divine ancestors and divine angel. And it's holy and it's pure. And you are preparing to elevate this temple. And you're busy working on yourself, and you cannot just allow someone from the street who's dirty to just come into your presence and harvest the energy that you worked so hard for and defile your temple. And just defile your temple. Sex is a powerful ritual. It's a powerful ritual. Because in the beginning, it was never intended for procreation. In the beginning, it was never intended for procreation, because procreation can happen without it. It was never intended for procreation. It was intended for unity and unifying, uniting bloodlines and uniting this, creating that. And we've gone and made it so casual. And then we wonder why we are not progressing. We wonder why we cannot manifest the money that we're making. You're busy saying mantras, manifestations. You're busy saying all these things every single day, but yet nothing is changing. How will it change? How will anything change when you yourself have not changed? When you yourself are not purifying your temple? You are praying this week, praying on your altar, talking to your people. And then they do something small, to next week you are giving it to someone else. When every week you are giving it to people, someone comes and harvests it. The little work that you did that month has already been harvested by someone. That person is going to make it, go and then secure a tender for themselves, or go secure a contract that will last them 5 years. Just by the work you did for 1 week, they will be sorted for 5 years. And you will still be struggling for that 5 years, still asking for the blessings, and yet your ancestors say we gave you. There was a point, I remember this point very well. I was praying for money, and I kept asking my ancestors, like, where is this money? I see a lot of money, and where's the money? And they're like, we gave you the money. We give you the money. And I'm like, but where is the money? For me, it wasn't through sexual harvesting. It was through destiny swapping. Right? It was through family destiny swapping, where people were harvesting. Someone was really harvesting my money and enjoying it and living in luxury. And the ancestors are saying, we gave you the money, but we gave you the money, but we gave you the money. And yet I couldn't understand, where is this money that you say you gave me? And whereas for many of you, they give you the blessings. They do actually. Ancestors in almost 95.5% of my consultations, ancestors are like, we answered them, we gave them the doom. Every single thing that this person has been asking for, we gave them. Either they mismanage what we give them and then they come and complain, or it's harvested out of them ignorantly because they don't want to listen. They go and make decisions on their own. Decide to date men that we never told them to go date. Some even worse, decide to go marry men into families we never approved of. They don't even come and confirm with us about these marriages. Only when these marriages are going down the drain and they're seeing the witchcraft and everything that's happening, now they want to come to us to ask us, my ancestors, why have you forsaken me? And yet the very same people, not even once did they go and inquire about the ancestors, with the ancestors, is this the right person? And wait and not make a decision before they engage sexually with the person. They never came and said, is this the right man for me, before I get into a sexual relationship with him? And ancestors will go quiet to test you, and many of you don't even have the patience because you allow your emotions. You don't know self-control. A 5-minute act, many doesn't even last 5 minutes. Some is just 2 minutes. But that, like, we're just gonna be generous. We're just gonna be generous and say 5 minutes. A 5-minute act will lose you billions and billions and billions. And not just for, well, it's mainly applicable to the woman. It applies a lot. I see it mainly playing out with the woman more than the men. But there are certain, but it also applies to the men, even to you as a man. That 5-minute act, you will do it with the wrong girl who knows how to do sexual magic. And they will harvest every single thing out of you. And from that situation, you will lose your businesses. You will lose every single thing that you worked hard to build. I've been getting a lot of men coming through for consultations. And many of them, their ancestors are saying, we are about to open. But leave girls alone. Stop playing around with girls. Focus on your marriage. Focus on your relationship that we are sending you. Leave women alone. And some don't listen. Some, they start to see these things and then boom, all of a sudden the bellies that never wanted them want them. The temptations are there because they don't know self-control. Boom, they are back there. They've lost it. And then when every single time something is about to open up and you think you got it, it booms. Not realizing it's the people you are having sexual intercourse with. Some of you even lose promotions. Someone targets you at work. All of a sudden you're in a relationship, you have a one-night stand with them. Boom, that person is promoted. You didn't get the promotion. Now they are your boss. They are your director. They got the directorship position that you were supposed to get. You were not even aware that it was yours. You are nowhere near being a director, but you were supposed to be a director, and they saw it and they targeted you deliberately, knowing very well if they have sexual intercourse with you, they will get that directorship position. They will harvest it out of you. And boom, they are now a director. You are nothing, and you are still struggling to get a promotion. You've been stuck in one position for 8 years and nothing is happening in your life. And you are crying to your ancestors and asking them, but why haven't you blessed me? And they did. They did bless you with the position of a director. You gave it away freely. And that's the thing. You can't even blame the ancestors because you guys give. You give them freely. You give yourself freely in sex. No one forces you. See, if they've raped you, we could say it's something else. A different law applies there. But majority of the time is consent. It is you consenting and wanting it to yourself. So it is you taking your bag of wealth and freely giving it to someone on a one night stand, and yet you are gonna come here and cry and say my ancestors have forsaken me, they've not blessed me. Where are they? Hey, it's my cue to leave. I need to go get food. I'm hungry. I need to go eat, and then I need to go start my consultations and take care. And my mentees will be waking up soon. My phone will be very busy with dreams and all the other stuff, magical things that they go through or things that they need to know about. All right, my loves. Until next time, I hope you all have a good day. And yeah, hopefully I'll come back with that lesson soon. Just it's integral. This is also a part of it. We're getting there. This is the way we are going there. All right, my loves. I hope you all have a good day. Toodles.